I read 25 books in the month of September. Let's go through them with a yes, no, or maybe. Oh, this is heavy.
Hi besties, welcome to my September reading wrap-up. I read 25 books this month, which is absolutely insane, and I wanted to go through them and talk about them a little bit and do a yes, no, or maybe. So book number one is Silver and Smoke by Helen Shearer. This is the last book in the Ashes of Thesmas trilogy and I absolutely loved it. It was a 6-star read for me. It's the perfect ending to the Ashes of Thesmas series and the ending is fantastic. I love how plot-centered this book is. The previous book was more romance-centered and it was something that people were kind of complaining about. I don't complain about. Torch and Ren are elite, but this book was absolutely fantastic. The plot was incredible, the twists were fantastic, and when the prophecy fulfilled, I got goosebumps. Absolutely a 6-star read for me. Yes, yes, yes. Secret Escape by Aria Walton. The author sent to me the audiobook. I won it in a giveaway and she sent to me the hardback after I reviewed the audiobook because the audiobook was fantastic. This book is a age gap workplace romance and absolutely recommend it if you like your romance with spice, but also a little bit of thriller. It's based in the UK. The narrators of the books are fantastic. It's based in the north, I believe it's in Manchester, and the audiobook narrator's accent reflect that, and it's something that I absolutely love. You need to pick this up if you like workplace romance and age gap romance, because this is quite good. Beneath the Surface and Beneath the Hood by Emily McIntyre. These are part of the Sugar Lake series and they're 4 books. I absolutely loved all 4 of them. All 4 of them explore different types of trauma and I loved every single one of them. I love Emily McIntyre. So if you like a good romance series with plot twists and more deep and deeper themes, then the Sugar Lake series, you will absolutely love it. So this was a 4.5 stars for me. Fairy Tales from the Underworld Part 1, A Bedtime Story by Elsie Moon was a 4.5 star read for me. This is a Beauty and the Beast dark mafia romance retelling. It's a mouthful, but the book is really good. And you know, there's loads of Beauty and the Beast retellings, but if you want to find in your mind the connection between the original story, the Disney movie, and the book, you can find them absolutely in this book, and I loved it. You don't have a happily ever after, so if you're looking for a happily ever after, this book is not for you, but this is great. 4.5 stars. Keep Your Friends Close by Cynthia Murphy was a maybe for me. It's a YA dark academia thriller. It read quite YA for me, so I didn't connect with the characters much, but if you like twisty thrillers in a academia vibe, then this book is for you. It was a maybe for me, so 3 stars. I Did Something Bad by Pierre Moetet War. It's a romance with a sprinkle of spice, not much. It's quite interesting because it's the first book that I've read that is based in Myanmar and has a full cast of South Asian characters, so this was great for me and I've learned loads of things. A freelance journalist has to write a profile on this famous actor and she is sent to basically follow him around, and of course the plot blooms and they fall in love, but there is a plot twist where something bad really happens, so they are driven together by this massive secret that they are trying to keep, not to ruin each other. This was quite a good read. It was a 4-star for me. Wildcard by Elsie Silver is an absolute yes. I love this book. I love all Elsie Silver series. I know, it's weird. I didn't think I would, but I love them so much. Wildcard is a cowboy romance with an age gap. I thought the age gap was going to be more cringy, but it's an 11-year age gap, so it's not too bad. It's not like a 50-year age gap or something that's like, no. But it was absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love how Elsie Silver writes her book boyfriends, and this book was great. So absolutely yes, if you haven't picked up any of them, you need to. Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer was an absolute yes for me. I'm a little bit sad because it's book one of a series that is not complete, so I want to know more. But this is a why choose where the main male characters are also boyfriends. So this was great and I loved it. It was quite unexpected, but in a good way. So if you love a good fantasy with good plot and a love triangle that becomes more all together and why choose, then this book is definitely for you. This was a 4.5 stars for me. 5 by 5 by Claire Wilson. I was part of a book tour for this book, but this book was a no for me. It's a thriller in a prison, and she is a prison guard that discovers a plot of drug dealing inside. But I really struggled with this book. I didn't find the writing pleasant. It was a bit disjointed. There was big use of Scottish slang that, while we have a massive glossary at the beginning, was really difficult for my brain to process as a non-English native speaker. So I really struggled with this one. So this would be a no for me. I thought Silver as Smoke was going to be my favorite read of the month, and it was by a little bit, because Kiss of the Basilisk was an absolute 6-star read for me. This lived up to this expectation and more. Absolutely yes, this is spicy as hell. It's probably the spiciest book I've ever read, but I absolutely loved it, and I already pre-ordered the American version, which is this floppy paperback with painted edges. I already pre-ordered the second that comes out in just over a month. If you love really unhinged fantasy plots with loads and loads of spice, then Kiss of the Basilisk is for you. Absolutely yes. Untamed Heart is a sweet, quick cowboy romance, and it was lovely. It was a one-night read, and light, easy, spicy. Yes, just yes. When the World Falls Down is a maybe for me. This was sent to me by the publisher, which I'm really grateful for. The blurb was super promising, but I found myself kind of wanting more. It felt a little bit flat, and I'm really sad because the premise of this book was really great. It's also book one, so it ends in a way that you don't know what's gonna happen. So this was a maybe for me. Unfortunately, this was a no for me. This is Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed, and it was the last of my Smut and Sip book boxes as a rep. And unfortunately, this book was not for me. This is an MM hockey romance, and I did not enjoy the Insta relationship, the Insta lust. I DNF'd it at page 50. This was just not for me. If you're into MM romances with Insta lust, then this is for you. But the two main characters already know each other, and they are already together in a sense at the beginning of the book. I was expecting some tension, some longing, some rivalry and rage turning into passion, but the passion was already there at the beginning, so that made it all not worth it to continue reading for me. So this was a no. The Devil's Waltz by Jessie Elliott. I was part of a Nerd Fan mailing box that came with 3 books. This was one of them. It's an urban fantasy where she is a daughter of demon hunters, and she wanted to become a demon hunter, but her sister was killed by a demon and she left the academy. He saves her from a demon attack, but he's a demon himself. She doesn't know until she knows, and stuff happen. This was a 3.5 stars for me. It's a maybe. It's a first in a series, so we want to know more. It ends really well on a cliffhanger that makes you want to read the second book. So this is a maybe, and I will be continuing the series. This was an absolute yes for me, 4.5 stars. He Sees You When You're Sleeping by Alta Hensley is your perfect dark stalker Christmas romance, and I loved it. It's the story of a jewelry influencer, Chloe. She has a bit of a double life and she has a stalker, but this stalker also knows her in real life, so he also has a double life. It's full of surprises. I absolutely loved it. I binged it in one day, so if you're looking for a very spicy Christmas dark romance, because it's stalker romance, to add to your TBR, then this book you need to add it to your TBR, and it's gorgeous and it's glow in the dark. So go get it right now. Ready for Christmas. Dream by the Shadows by Logan Carley. I was so excited about this book and it didn't live up to expectation for me. It was a 3.5 star. It was all right, but I missed the yearning, the longing, the passion. The romance was bland. I love the world building. I love how the dream realm is this dangerous place. I love how the male main character is trapped in this castle and she ends up in his realm and they have to find a way to save the world from this plague. But the romance was just not there. If I would suggest you try it because the story is good, the romance was just not good. And from how hyped the romance was on TikTok, I think I was expecting more than I got, so this is a maybe for me. Summer in the City by Alex Astor is a fluffy summer romance. I loved it. 4 stars, easy to read. I binged it in one evening. The spice was there, the yearning was there. Yeah, it's an easy, fantastic read if you are looking for something light and easy. So absolutely yes. This is Daddy Issues and it was a maybe. I liked the aspects of parallels between her own experience with her dad and the fact that she falls in love with a guy that's older than her, but it's also a dad. So she sees the relationship between them, she compares. It's cute, but it was not it for me. I got it through NetGalley, so thank you so much NetGalley for sending this to me, but it was not for me. So it's a maybe, because you may like it. Go try it. Crossroad of Ravens by Andrzej Sapkowski. It's the prequel to The Witcher. It's the origin story of Geralt of Rivia, and it was a fantastic book. Like all the Witcher books, it's beautifully written. So if you like The Witcher, then you will love this. It's quick and easy. It's quite factual at the beginning, so loads of things happen that don't seem to make sense. I mean, it makes sense because it advances Geralt's development, but I felt that there was no real plotting until the last third of the book. So it's an introduction to Geralt and then stuff happens later. So this was a maybe. This was a yes. Go read if you like The Witcher. Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. Yes, I love the Ruinous Love trilogy and this book was an absolute yes. The only thing I was not expecting is that it's not a standalone. It's a part of a trilogy and I thought it was an interconnected standalone like the Ruinous Love trilogy is, but it's not. So I really wasn't expecting it to be finishing on a massive cliffhanger. When I got to the last chapter, I read it on Kindle, so I didn't look how much I had left, and it said epilogue. It's like, what do you mean epilogue? It can't be epilogue. And then I finished the book and I was absolutely shocked. I posted a video on my TikTok, like live reaction, but this was great. Of course, it's dark romance. The trigger warnings are there, they're loads, but I loved it. I loved it. If you love dark rom-com, then this book is definitely for you. Maybe. It was a cute story. It was, maybe. 3.5 stars for me. It wasn't great. It was cool. I read it in one day. It's bingeable, but it was nothing to write home about. So if you like cute stories that have women in STEM as protagonists, then absolutely you should read this. If you're looking for something a bit deeper, then maybe not. It was a maybe for me. Melting Point. This was another NetGalley arc, so thank you so much Avon Books and NetGalley for sending this to me. I read this in one day. It was cool. It's set during the Winter Olympics in Italy in 2026. I am from the area of Italy where the Winter Olympics are going to be, so the vibes are there, and I'm going to be there during the Winter Olympics because I'm going to visit my family. So it was a whole vibe. I was in it with the mind. The story is okay. It's a friends to lovers. It's done well because you have the yearning from both parts, but they can't. They will they, won't they? I loved it. It's not this great literary masterpiece, but who needs one when you're entertained? I mean, I was entertained, so you should read it too when it comes out. Slow Burn by Oti Mabuse. I completely forgot to film this, but this was 3.5 stars for me. It was a good romance in a dance world setting. One thing that I really disliked is that the male main character is Italian and the author didn't check or sensitivity check that the Italian words she used were correct. She used the masculine where feminine was needed to be used, and yeah, that was a massive ick for me as an Italian native speaker, but the story was good, and if you can overlook this slight mistake, then it's not a bad story. Love and Other Killers by Bryn Weaver. I listened to this on audio, and as always the audio production is fantastic. It was dual narration, one of my favorite types of narration, and the performance was incredible to the point that it got me blushing, kicking my feet and rethinking my poker face in public, because Eric Nolan's performance was hot as heck. Let's say it as it is. This story was a novella, part of the Written Loose Love trilogy, and you know what happens once a year, like in Witcher and Blackbird, they have their annual competition, and this story is a short story about one of the annual competitions, and it's so fun. We have a cameo from a character that is coming in another book. I've spoken about this book in this video, but I'm not gonna tell you if you haven't read it. So this was an absolute yes for me. And finally, unfortunately, we closed the month with a no. This book was not for me. It was a bit boring. It's the story of a writer that goes on a holiday with her best friend, and then the resort where they are gets attacked by masked women and they must survive. I felt the first third of the book was interesting but too long, and then the surviving part was a bit pointless and too long. This was a no for me, unfortunately. I liked the other book that I had by Pierre Moet et War, but this one was a no for me. But you may like it, so go read the blurb. These were the 25 books I read last month. Let me know which one were your favorite this month, and see you soon. Bye!